So you've finished in a day what it'd take them a month to do. How does that make you feel?
It's good. It means you're achieving something, and you're doing something for the community, so it's good.
Whilst we're here in Costa Rica, we've also engaged with Land Rover Costa Rica, and the manager of the facility is a guy called Oscar. Oscar's background is in the coffee business, and when he heard about the project that we were doing, he actually requested that he donate a solar drying facility to the community. In the background you'll see Oscar with the boys helping to actually put the drying facility together. So let's go and interrupt him and see what he's got to say.
I think it's a good experience to share different cultures and to help definitely in a way that they are doing, putting all his effort and enthusiasm in what they are doing. I think it's going to be really good for the community and for the relation between UK and Costa Rica is going to be really good. And of course Land Rover is present in all these good novel causes.
And what difference is this going to make to the community, to the cooperative?
¿Qué diferencia va a hacer este trabajo para la cooperativa? O sea, ¿qué diferencia positiva hacia la comunidad?
Para nosotros va a ser, lo primero que vamos a tener es un concepto distinto, porque a veces nosotros pensamos que la gente ayudarnos a progresar.
He's saying that mostly, socially speaking, is very important for their community, because what they're showing their own youth is that even these people who they consider to be high class, compared to what you have around, the facilities you have around, they're willing to come and help. So for them, this is a very good example to have these young kids here helping, working in another country that doesn't even belong to them. They're willing to come and help. So for them, it's a very good thing so that they can actually show their own kids that there's people that are willing to do all this kind of work.
The day's not over until we meet another of the local inhabitants. This spider was just wandering around at our feet. It really was a miracle that it was not stood upon. Following on from a heavy project day, we take some time out to interact with the local community. The apprentices were put into teams, each of which spent time with a local family. Here they experienced a typical morning's work on the land. One group were welcomed into a typical family home, where through an interpreter they learnt about growing organic coffee and all the regulations they have to comply with to allow them to participate in the global fair trade policy. While this hard labour was going on, the village ladies were preparing a well-earned feast for later that day. All of the work involved hard labour, which was somewhat eye-opening to the apprentices, never mind the somewhat rather unpleasant smells. More manure, which this time needed to be shovelled up and barrowed away for recycling, a back-breaking process that took several hours. The hard labour continued as the lads had to carry bagload after bagload of dried grass across a field to provide bedding for the animals. More pigs were the order of the day before preparing and planting new coffee plants ready for the seasonal crop. Over the other side of the village, another team get involved with preparing feed for the cattle. This involves the use of a rather noisy and aggressive shredder, the end result being sprayed straight into the cattle's feeding trough. At the end of the day, it was the general opinion that perhaps life was not so easy in the Costa Rican jungle. After a well-earned rest, it was off to the local school, who had granted the children the afternoon off in honour of our visit. Here we enjoyed some fun and games with the children, which included a lot of running around and physical exertion, a secret plan we believe to wear out the lads before the football match planned for later that day. And so to the football. Team GB started positively with some good early forward play, but as legs started to tire, Team GB reverted to a more physical game plan. We were lucky to get away without a yellow card for this tackle, maybe because the ref didn't have one. But alas, the staunch defending was finally broken by this superb long-range goal that flew over the top of our floundering goalkeeper. And then, true to form, the rain came down, ruining any chance of a comeback, and Team GB went down 4-1 to Costa Rica. Everyone really enjoyed the fun, especially the children, who had never had so many visitors, and of course an afternoon off lessons and a well-earned ice cream. As the sun lowered in the sky, it was time for a change of clothes and off to the community hall for a traditional evening's celebration. The children were ever present and showed us more games. This one was musical chairs, and as the saying goes, the show must go on. It certainly did whilst one of the villagers made some hasty and precarious wiring repairs to the lighting, much to the amusement of the audience. More entertainment as the local girls, beautifully dressed, performed a traditional dance. The evidence of the electrical repairs in the roof seemed to be holding up. And then a serious reminder of why we give the briefings on sun cream and cover up. A stark reminder of the severity of tropical sunshine. The night was enjoyed by all, despite the odd spilt drink. It was then back to the lodge, ready for a very long drive and early start the next day.